So some of you may have seen these types of questions, these projectile type questions, shooting something upwards at a, say, initial velocity of v sub 0. And if the initial height is s sub 0, then that relationship is s0 plus v0t plus half at squared. Now, a is that constant acceleration. So if you've already seen this, you can directly apply that and say that the height will be the initial height plus the speed. Acceleration is minus 5.3 feet per second square. And so the units will be time is in seconds, that is in feet. And you can do that. So that's if you already know or have seen these types of questions. If you haven't, the condition really is that the initial velocity is v0 is 25 feet per second. Acceleration is constant, minus 5.3, so that will be dv over dt, which means the velocity would be minus 5.3 dt, which would be equivalent to minus 5.3 t plus c1. So when t is 0, we're given that the velocity is 25 feet per second. That means c1 will be 25. So our velocity is 25 minus 5.3 t. Then to get the distance, that's the relationship between the velocity and the distance. We find the integral of this expression with respect to t. So really doing all the work that one would do to get to that expression. It comes up in physics too. So s would be 25t minus 5.3 t squared over t plus a constant. And we can figure that out because at t equal to 0, s is 40. And so that would come out to be 40. So we end up with 40 plus 25t minus half 5.3 t squared. And you'll see that's exactly the same. So you can either just graph that, because the condition is when it hits the ground, which is we're looking for t when s is 0. So you just graph this and look at where at the x-intercept, that is when s is 0. So the graph would be, we'll start at here, or something like that, and you're looking for the x-coordinate of that point. So that way you can just use the graph to figure out the x-coordinate. It turns out to be around 10.83. They're asking for the nearest integer, so that would be 11. Now, I'm not a big fan of using calculators, maybe because I don't know how to use the TI well enough. So I generally will just do these things by hand. Obviously, not the best idea. So I'm going to equate that to 0. So this would become 2.65 t squared. I've moved terms around. And then the roots would be 25 plus minus square root of 25 squared. And then would be plus, because that's a minus 40 times 2.65 over 2 times that, which we know is 5.3. So you'll see the minus 1 won't work because this number is going to be around 33. So you have to add those and you'll get the same answer. So this is just a matter of personal preference. I just haven't taken the time to learn the TI, but you should, because that's what you will see in the exam, in the calculator section. So that's how you want to go about it. If you've seen this before, that makes it considerably easier, and you can write the equation directly, graph it, and figure out the solution. So that's the fastest way to do it.